Hey everyone, I'm Sison, and today we're taking a look at the Sony 24-70mm F2.8 G Master lens, or the Sony E-mount system. So Sony have finally released a 24-70mm F2.8 lens. This is something a lot of people have been asking for, and whether they like the size or not, Sony have delivered it, and they delivered it with a new type of a new class of lens, really, which is the G Master range, and that not only includes the 24-70mm 2.8, but also the 85mm f1.4 and the 70-200mm f2.8 lenses, which I'll be covering in future videos. With these three lenses, Sony are being taken more seriously as a professional photography company, and that's a good thing, because it not only extends the lens range for Sony users, but also gives it more of a I guess professional consideration for enthusiasts and professional photographers who are even thinking about switching to Sony's mirrorless cameras. With these three lenses though, Sony are promising three different things, and that's resolution, so that's how sharp your photos are going to be, detail, and all that good stuff. Also, you've got bokeh, which is something that they're pushing, so nice smooth out of focus blur with your subject in focus and the background not being too distracting. But that's also a bit subjective either way, but I'll let you take a look at the sample photos to see how you like them. And also they are pushing construction, so how well built the lens is, so dust and moisture resistance, good quality build, and just all that good stuff as well. So I'm gonna try out the 24-70 today, and I'll put it through its paces, and I'll let you know what I think of the lens at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. The lens certainly looks high quality with a matte black finish with the G Master label on the side. It has a high quality plastic construction and has a dust and moisture resistant design, which is evident with the rubber gasket on the mount of the lens. It has rubber zoom and focus rings, a focus hold button, and a focus switch to switch from autofocus to manual focus. It also accepts 82mm filters and comes with a plastic pedal type lens hood with felt lined within. Now, the lens itself weighs about 886 grams, and that's fairly heavy for a mirrorless lens. But to be honest, I thought it would weigh a lot more because of its size. Ideally, this isn't the best travel lens, but if you want really good image quality, this is pretty much the one to go with. Comparing it to the Zeiss 24-70mm F4, it's clear that it is a lot larger and heavier, and that's mainly due to a better construction and better quality optics. Using the lens was fantastic. It felt great in the hand and somewhat well balanced. If you're using this lens on the second A7 series cameras, it's great, but anything other than that will feel a bit front heavy. I didn't have any issues with zoom creep while walking around, but there is a lock switch to prevent any just in case. Focusing is fast and accurate, and that is due to the direct drive supersonic motor, or DDSSM to keep it short. Focusing is smooth and dead quiet for stills and videos, and paired with the A7R2, this is going to be a perfect match for image quality. But to give you a glimpse of how fast the focusing is on the camera, here's just a little focusing test. It's fairly fast, but do keep in mind focusing speed is going to vary on your focusing mode and camera. Minimum focusing distance is a respectable 38 centimeters, which is going to give you some pretty nice close-up shots. Now this lens is extremely sharp. In the centers, it's very much perfect and wide open. The edges and corners are just a little less sharp than the centers. Stopping down to about f4 is sharp throughout the frame. There's a bit of vignetting in the corners, and chromatic aberration isn't really an issue from what I've seen, but shooting at the wide end there is a tiny bit of distortion. Having the f2.8 aperture obviously helps for low light performance, but with a lower aperture and 9 aperture blades, it helps achieve some nice bokeh. While it is subjective in regards to out of focus blur, I find it nice and smooth, and with eye-catching colors and resolution, to me this lens definitely lives up to the G Master status. For video, it may drive people crazy that this lens is focused by wire. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it depends on how you shoot. I do recommend people use the peaking mode in the camera, which does an excellent job at helping achieve focus. Okay, first I'm going to start off by saying hands down the Sony 24-70mm F2.8 G Master is the best fast standard zoom lens I've ever played around with. It's quick to focus, has outstanding resolution and pleasing out of focus blur. Although I do believe the 85mm f1.4 G Master is going to be a bit better than this in regards to bokeh. Now, if you're using this on anything other than the A7R2 series cameras, you're going to find it a bit too front heavy, and I do recommend people try the lens before they buy it, especially if they have a smaller camera. So just so they can get a hands-on and see how it feels, because it might not be too comfortable for you when you're shooting. But you know, for a mirrorless lens, it is pretty big. I'll take the lens hood off. It is pretty big. But if you're looking for the best that Sony has to offer, this is pretty much it. It's got a lot of pro features. It's got the f2.8 aperture, which was what a lot of people have been asking for. Proper weather seals, a focus hold button. It's got a lot of features that people would like. Again, if you're looking for the best that Sony has to offer, this is pretty much it. But if you're considering switching from another brand, say Canon for example, this is about $700 to $800 more than the Canon equivalent in Australia anyway. So if you're considering switching, but you're more in a budget, you may want to save up a bit. But if you value high quality images and pro features, this is the one to get, and I wouldn't hesitate in recommending it. Now, if you have any more questions, please feel free to leave a comment below. And if you found this video helpful, click that like button. And you know, if you found this video review helpful the way I did it this time, click that like button, or so I can do more videos like this. Anyway, also hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel. I'll have more Sony lens reviews and camera reviews and tutorials coming up. And also follow me on Facebook and Instagram for more photo updates and sample photos by clicking the link in the description below. Until then, happy shooting and thanks for watching.